All right, guys, another P&D adventure. We got some recently. We got Nancy's Sharpshooter Pro 2 metal detector out because you know, we started watching some YouTube videos of people finding cool stuff, and you know, we decided, hey, we want to try it. So we just been metal detecting around the 7 acres that we have. We went up front because when Grandma and Grandpa first bought this place, well, not when it was, I don't know if it was still here when they bought it, but there was an old log cabin site at the front of the property. So we went and hit that up yesterday, found about 13 cents. It's on Facebook. There's nothing too old. I think the oldest thing we found was a dime from the 70s. So they have a little bit more silver in them. They're not 100% zinc with plated silver, so they have a little more silver in them. So that's pretty cool. So anyways, I'll get to this. This is our relics for the day, I guess you would say. We hunted for like 3 hours. There was an old house site in the pasture by the old garden that Grandma said that burnt down probably about 4 or 5 years before they bought the place in 1967. So it's pretty old. We definitely found the old site. As you can see, we found a lot of melted aluminum. Here's a piece right here. It's melted aluminum and it still has the glass in it. So it must have been a window frame or window. But they said the fire got super hot. Well, for it to melt that like that, it definitely did. I didn't bring it over here with me, but there was we found a couple pieces of melted glass. It was like teardrop. You can tell it was like ooze and then dropped on the ground. So it's pretty cool. So some aluminum, some lead things there, all probably from electrical boxes and pummeling and stuff like that. Some old rusty nails that could have been from the garden. But the cool thing we found, the most cool thing, this hit about a mid-tone. I don't know if you can see that. It's either solid copper or solid brass, but it is super, super heavy. I keep telling myself it's a big old glob of gold, but it's probably not. It's probably just brass, because copper's got a little bit more better tone to it, and when I sanded it down with the wire brush, that looks like brass to me. But you know, this is going to be on the internet and my YouTube channel at P&D Outdoors. If you know what it is, comment below so we can figure out what it is. But it's super heavy. I bet you that whole thing right there is close to about half a pound. So awesome. Next find was about 2 feet down. It is an old Century aluminum made in America cake pan. We literally found it about 1.5 feet in the ground, but come to find out after research, the company was started in 1995. So that must have been something from Grandpa that he buried or fed the dogs in, and it just got, over time, got buried, garbage. But the coolest find is, Nancy found this out in the front yard where that old cabin used to be. This is an old mason jar with the old porcelain top. Anybody that's old school knows that these were made about 1945 and earlier, so 1900s, 1800s, late 1800s, early 1900s, up until about 1945 is what the internet said. I could be wrong. I'm pretty new at this stuff, but that's pretty much what Google said, so I'm just going by that. But talking to Grandma, she's 80-something years old, and Nancy's dad, he's pretty old too, from West Virginia. These date back way past the 30s and 20s, so that's pretty old. So that's a really good relic. We also found another penny, 1981. It has like a D underneath the 1981. I've never seen a penny with a letter underneath it, but Nancy says it's there. I don't remember seeing anything like that, but whatever. So anyways, second day of dig. You know, we're just out playing around on the property. We do have a couple sites. Fortunately, where we live, there is an old Clark's place back in the woods on a deer lease I hunt, which is back that way. And we're going to go hit all that up with this finder, because that homestead was way back. That homestead was like 1880, 1900s. It was back when Granger land was even around. The old Clark's place, they had a mill and I guess a grinding stone mill over there, right back in there in them woods. It's called the Clark's place. It's still there. It's actually got a historical marker because that's how old it is. And there was an old homestead back there, a man-made dug pond, an old trash pile bottle. Now, Nancy's mom and dad's already did it once, but their finder was from the 70s, so our finder's a little bit more modern, and it's got a little bit better technology. So we're gonna go out there and see what we can find. So cool. So you know, like I told you earlier, you know, we do a lot of cool stuff. This year it's mainly been fishing on the kayaks and now some detecting. We are gonna go to West Texas in September for our vacation. And we've been there for about 8 years in a row, but this year we're going to metal detect the river and all these little cool caves they have up there. So hopefully we'll find something neat, and we'll bring y'all back some old musket balls or something out of the river. So cool. Till next time, P&D Outdoors. So I forgot one other thing. We did find some car keys in the front yard of Grandpa's house. It's a quick set, so it's fairly modern, 90s and above. So it's probably a key set of Grandpa's. We found it like this, but Nancy rubbed on it and it broke the chain. So, you know, it's probably one of them things that Grandma and them argued about. Where's my keys? I don't know. Well, guess what? They're in the yard. We found them. Put that to rest. And then here's that piece of glass. I don't know if you can see it, but you can tell it's definitely melted. It's nice and smooth. It's got like a marble to it. You know, it's pretty neat. So we definitely found the old home site. It definitely was burned down. There's another piece of glass right here. It's kind of melted. Not much though, so I hope you can see that. So I just wanted to add that in there. So that's pretty cool. All right. All right, guys. So real quick, I just like the second time I've added something. One of these days I'll learn how to do the videos correctly, and it's just one video. But anyways, the mosquitoes are terrible. Holy mackerel. So this is the Sharpshooter 2. It's at Academy. It retails for $2.99. This is the one I got for Nancy for her birthday. We took on vacation to Galveston one time, and back then we didn't really care to try to learn it. It was a whole bunch of beeping noise, and it just drove us insane. So we threw it in the back of the truck, never touched it. But now that we've watched videos, because good old YouTube, you know, you can pretty much learn to be a surgeon on that damn thing. Everybody can learn something, but it's super simple. You just turn it on. It goes to different modes, but we use discrimination mode. We set discrimination about a quarter. That takes out all the rusty nails and all the stupid stuff. It leaves you with all the silver and the gold, and the you still get pull tabs and aluminum stuff like that, but you want to do that because gold is actually in the lower range. So and then we set sensitivity about half depending on where we're at, if there's rocks or if there's no rocks, sand, blah blah. But anyways, this is about it. Super easy. This has been in the building forever, so it's kind of ugly, but the new ones come with pretty cool stuff. Yeah, there's something right there actually. Yeah, so you hear that? That's just an iron tone. That means it's just a nail, which I wouldn't doubt it because I throw so much stuff around here. But anyways, turn that back off. So it's super simple to use. Once you learn how to listen to the tones, and this one actually points to what it is, actually turns out pretty cool. So I highly recommend, if you're bored and you got nothing to do and you're broke and you have one of these, get one of these. They're on Craig. Actually, you can get them on Craigslist. There's quite a few people that have them on sale for 90 bucks. And you can even get headphones for them, you know, and they're waterproof up to the bottom, so you can actually do the shallow, like creek and river stuff. So I just want to throw that in there and show you what I use. I'd like to get an AT Pro, but they're about 600 bucks, and Nancy won't approve the funds right now, but we'll be working towards that. So I just want to throw that in there. All right.